Okay, so I had lost one of these bolts and I bought a new set. Anyway, they were pretty cheap. Anyway, it's time to torque up the my hand first. Time to torque up the pump. And this is supposed to be 18 foot-pounds. I always torque in increments, so I'm gonna come down to 12. The rest of them were already in snug. That one was the only one I just had to put in. And this is only 12, remember. All right. Everything seems to be solid at 12 now. Now that she's torqued evenly, I'll step her up to 18. Go. That should be close enough for rocket science. Let's go back around, give it a little check, a little snug. Yeah, we're good. Yes. Okie dokie. That feels accurate. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I didn't torque these, I just snugged these. So I'm going to do the same thing. Go around at 12, which is about my normal hand tightness. All right. Going to go to 15. And let's go to our designated 18. Whoops. 18 is a little bit much, sliding the transmission around. Okay. You should be fine here. Yeah. Okay. Onto the valve body stuff. Okay, so we're ready to get this stuff going here. I'm using some bolts as guide pins while I put this all together. But we've got our gasket. Get that nice and lined up. There you go, perfect. And I did buy a new separator plate. I did fix my old one, but I bought a brand new one because all the check ball holes are undamaged and I didn't have to do any repairs on it. So it's a lot easier that way. not having to fix something that was previously damaged and then make it work. So get this all lined up real good. Now I already pre-lubricated the back side of my gasket for the valve assembly, and I already changed all the O-rings in the valve assembly. I made a video of that the other day, I believe. Okay, so we seem nice and lined up here. Everything looks good everywhere. So everything's clean. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of lubrication, so these new D-rings aren't starting on a dry push. I actually lubricated them when I put them in there also. So we've got our big spring and our little spring for our third and fourth, and our second to third. Get the bolts here. Sorry, my head's in the way. Alrighty. Let's get these started. Fun. So, get some pressure on this big spring. I already did the old, the 2004. I already put the valve body back together loosely. I didn't want to tighten everything down because I'm going to be taking it back apart again for a rebuild. So I left everything at just like a finger tightness. So now that I got this thing kind of balanced out, I can get these other ones down here and drive them down evenly. So everything sits nice and flat. Okay, the one thing I did forget is a ratchet handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure this all stayed nice and straight. Yep, everything looks really good. All the holes are perfectly lined up. I'm just going to push this sucker down and get it snug by hand. Yeah, see, now it's not going anywhere. Bring those all down. Do a double check on all the holes. Make sure everything's all still lined up before I put any pressure, any torque on this thing. Right now, all the bolts are just flush and snug. Then I'll go around them with the torque wrench and slowly bring them all down to their proper torque, whichever that is. I don't even know, but I'll have to check now because I want to make sure this goes together right. Okay, everyone's happy here. I'm gonna go get my torque wrench and get this thing torqued up. So the accumulator valve torque make this also even is 11 pounds. So I'm going to drop this sucker down. Wow, some reason this thing doesn't like to go that low. So we'll start at 7, give it a little snug up. Then we'll even it all out. it doesn't even feel like I should be going this tight. Sorry about getting in the way, but my torque wrench doesn't seem to be clicking, so I'm going to stop there because I feel like I'm already at 16 or 17, and that's too much. Well, I was correct. I was above 11 pounds of torque, and I can feel it because aluminum is really soft, and you can tell by hand pressure if you think you're going to strip those threads out, and it's not hard when it's aluminum. You know, you got a small bolt like that going in a small hole like that, and you can strip out the thread on that, hell, with 20-25 pounds, and you're going to be screwed. Anyway, I'm just going to put a little lube on this open spaces here, so the other gasket will seal. Well, will sit and not move while I'm doing what I got to do. There we go. Press it down in. Up. Let's put a little bit there for that cooling hole for the rear cooling. Make sure that stays where it's supposed to be. Get all these nice and perfectly lined up. And that looks good. So we're ready to go and mount this. So I'm going to take you guys over to where the transmission is waiting. Okay, so I already installed our second accumulator and reverse actuator here, second actuator, reverse actuator, whatever it's called. And this case had a lot of corrosion around the edges, so I went around with a razor blade very carefully. Don't ever go around this with a sharp angle on your, or a loose angle on your razor blade, because you'll nick it. It's only aluminum. And then I took some PD Blaster and a fine piece of emery and just went around it, make sure, yeah, there's no burrs or nothing around our holes. So I replaced my Teflon ring, and let's see how this thing goes. There it goes. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. I thought that was going to be worse. Okay, so we are now, I believe, ready. I already torqued the through bolts. Now I've got to put the check balls in, because you can't forget those. And then I believe I'm ready to set my valve body back on the transmission. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just installed the check balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let me go grab the valve body, and we're going to drop that on. Okie doke. So carefully. There we go. Everything looks lined up. All right, let me get some bolts, and I'm going to start putting this together. Okay, so I put all the 10 millimeter in, and these are my bolts for my pillow switch. So I'm going to locate and put the bolts in for my pillow switch real quick here. And I won't torque the pillow switch down until I have all the 10 millimeter bolts torqued, because they're going to position this thing. Okay, let's see if I can get this hose in correctly now. There you go. Just gonna snug this down. There you go. Just so that hose doesn't try to jump back out of that hole. Now there's this spring under the center band, you know, the actuator. So I'm just gonna snug this bolt down on it so the plate's not bouncing around all over the place. That's good enough. Yeah, nice and centered. Beautiful. I don't really have to snug these all down right now, but no time like the present, right, guys? All right, I got to figure out where my my electronic cable is going to go, the harness, and because I think this clip is in the right place. I'm almost sure it's this one. I'm not sure about, so I'm going to check it out. And then I have this one too that needs to lock this down somewhere over here, so that's got to go on there. I think it might actually be this one. I think this is the one that holds the harness is going to go here. But this doesn't seem quite right now, does it, fellas? I don't believe it is. I think it's this. I'm going to go look at a picture in a minute and check this all out. But let's see if this actually feels. Yep, there's the one. That's where that goes. So that'll keep that hose from jumping around on me. Okay, time to look at a picture and see where the harness ends up. Let's get the pillow switch loosely locked down in here and positioned. And I hope I'm not getting in the way, but I'll be right back. Making progress. Gotta love it. Okay, so I just mounted my harness. We all know that these things only go one way. I believe that's first to second actuator. I'm still not sure which one of these is first to second and second to third. But there you go, they're both in. And I don't believe this goes here. So let's move this out of the way. I think it goes either over here or here. Anyway, let's plug the pillow switch back in. I got some electronic cleaner real quick. You know, I already cleaned the pillow switch completely. Okay, so that guy's back in there, and this is going to go over here somewhere, but I'll wait until I tighten that up. And then we've got this. That might be upside down. Yep, sure it was. Okay, so we've got that, which that's going to get clipped there, that's going to get clipped there. And this clip goes over here. Okay, and that goes there. Okay, let me snug these all up a little bit before I go through my tightening rounds, and I'll be right back. It's a lot of snugging up to do. Okay, so yesterday I picked up a new filter, and it came with the bushing. I really smashed this on here pretty good. But as you can see, I already inserted new bushing. Okay, there you go. So I also cleaned my magnet properly, because it was badly coated with metal. So let's get this down in here, a little bit of pressure. There you go. And I cleaned the crusty, rusty crap that was on my reusable seal. And you see, I cleaned my pan. It's immaculate. So, although the backside is disgusting, but the backside isn't what's going in the transmission. Why does that feel so tight? Okay, so the last thing I'm doing today, I got everything together, the pan's back on, and this pan is disgusting. So what I did, taking some bourbon, and so that the screws don't bind up while I'm trying to torque them, got a little baby bottle brush, and I've cleaned out all the threads. And then you clean the threads on the bolt, and they go in really, really easy. So you get an accurate torque when this thing goes back together. And by easy, I do mean easy. Because when you spray the bourbon in any chips or garbage that might be down inside the hole, it blows them out. So you got free, clean threads. And as you see, these things, they're going in really, really, really easy. And the only ones, there you go. Yeah, sometimes there will be some gummy shit in there, and one won't go all the way down. See, like, well, now it's going all the way down, but all these are all the way down. They just need to be torqued now. And as you can see, I cleaned the pan up a little bit. Yeah, all these are at a hand turn tightness. Yeah, they're all in there nice. Yep, we're good. Just need to torque them now. So that's it for today, guys. May the force be with you, and may this transmission go in tomorrow. Have a good night.